Hi, and welcome to another episode of Chats with Chantla. So, we are here in 2021, and I have the opportunity to kick off season 2 with an amazing entrepreneur. So, tonight we have featured entrepreneur Tweyla Brown, and she is the owner of the Beauty Bullies. How are you doing this evening, Tweyla?
Oh my gosh, I'm doing great. How are you?
Yes. I'm doing wonderful. I'm so happy and thankful that you said yes to this collaboration for us to join together tonight to learn more about you as a person and especially as an entrepreneur. So there are a lot of people already joining in. Thank you so much for joining in. Good evening, Tiara, Lisa, Brashana. Thank you all for joining in. So guys, we have an amazing conversation for you all tonight. Tweyla has some great insight as an entrepreneur. As you can see behind her, you see her logo, the Beauty Bullies. It's just amazing. The conversation we're going to have about the products and what she's been doing that's been so innovative, you are going to be so impressed. So I'm just so thankful. And if you have any comments or questions that you would like to ask Tweyla, make sure you use the comment section and we'll be able to pull from that. So Tweyla, you have a gang of people supporting you tonight. You have Aspen. Thank you for watching. Your Aunt Telly. I'm so excited. So many people. I have goosebumps because I just remember you as a young lady, a little girl, I should say, and now you're grown and you're doing some big things. And for you to be able to, take time out of your busy schedule to be here tonight, it's such an amazing opportunity. So I really thank you for that. So this is going to be the bomb. So I hope you guys notes. I hope you guys are ready for all the information that she has in regards to products and services. So you want to make sure that you're paying close attention. And not only that, I know it's a new year. We're doing so many new things. You want to definitely make sure you have your lenses on to make sure that you get a glimpse of all the amazing products. So Tweyla, there are a lot of people that are on tonight that are really excited to hear from you. But I want to actually just, actually, like you're doing today is another Monday, but it's not an ordinary Monday. It's the first Monday of 2021. How are you feeling going into this new year?
I'm feeling really motivated. I'm feeling excited, and just really encouraged. I'm grateful I made it to another year, and I'm excited to see how business is going to do for sure.
Definitely. I'm so excited. So you have Dinesha's on, Blair, Brandy, thank you for joining. Tiara, and your Aunt Tila, sorry, I said Tweyla, which is her name, but Tila. I adore her. So you know what I want to just do is a lot of people know you, Tweyla, and they know you just as the young lady, now the great woman, and not so much about you as the entrepreneur. So before we even get started, I'm going to give people an opportunity in a short video just to get a glimpse of some of the products that she's going to be talking about tonight in her journey in entrepreneurship. So take a look at this quick video and learn a little bit more about our featured entrepreneur. So that was a quick video about our featured entrepreneur tonight, which is Tweyla Brown, and she's the owner of the Beauty Bullies. So Tweyla, let's get into this conversation. Absolutely. Why do you do what you do?
I do what I do because, I want to encourage men and women to take care of themselves, not only on the inside, but on the outside. Self-care it's very important from your day-to-day routine, something that you should definitely be adding in.
Absolutely. I love that because I think a lot of people weren't thinking about self-care as much until what we are dealing with in 2020 and now hoping to be released from in 2021, which is COVID-19. And I think it made a lot of us really look at ourselves inwardly first and then outwardly, where I think it was reversed before that. And self-care is such a huge thing that I hear in the workplace, I hear in conversations with friends. So just to hear that you actually provide products and services like that, I think that's amazing. And you do provide products and services for men and women, correct?
That is correct. I'm working on more men's products, but currently I have about 4, which includes beard butter. Beards are like really a thing right now. Foot soaks for after their long days of work. You know, men need self-care as well. We also provide a hand and foot salve, which is really good during the harsh winter days like, you know, we've had. And it's just really good for moisturizing your hands and your feet after a long day or before a long day.
Absolutely. So when you what caused you to go into adding, because I know a lot of times we think about women because we are women, so we're thinking about products and services for women. What caused you to go into products for men? I love the beard butter, beard butter. When I heard about that, I'm like, that's amazing, because I see a lot of men the top of their hair is shiny and great, and then their beard kind of looks dull or doesn't look as maintained as other areas of hair that they have. So what made you go in and really seek on doing some things for men?
Well, of course, I'm looking at my significant other every day, working hard, and he sees a lot of the things that I'm trying to promote for women. And he was actually kind of like, I want some good stuff. I like to relax. And I'm like, that's a great idea. I may have not looked at it that way. And then we had holidays come up like Sweetest Day and Christmas and birthdays. I mean, and what better gift to give someone, including a man, your grandfather, your dad, your brother. I mean, what better gift than self-care? It's things that they may not think to buy on their own. Men don't think of those things, I think, as often as, women do.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I agree. Definitely. And I think men sometimes shy away from self-care because they think it's oh, that's a girly thing. And I think it's changing now. And especially now with, you doing the Beauty Bullies, I think a lot more men are going to get educated and have knowledge on what it is and why you want to take care of yourself. But I know you have some products in the background. So we're definitely going to get into that. But if you wanted to grab something and, show, I would love for you to do that. Give the opportunity for us to see some of that beautiful stuff back there.
Absolutely. So one of this here is actually one of our probably best selling and most selling products. I have to learn how to use this camera this way. This is our Yoni Steam, which is a detox for women that we recommend using maybe 2 to 3 times a month. Just to give yourself a really good natural cleanse. And also to provide yourself some relaxation while you're doing the cleanse. We also provide, we make these handmade. There are lip moisturizers, Call Me Honey. One of them, I use it every day. All natural products too. This has been another hit. I'm sure a lot of the ladies that are watching this have purchased this at some point from us. And this is one of our milk baths. I mean, this is a Lavender Goddess. It's purple. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. And it's got some natural ingredients in it like buttermilk, which is really good for your skin. And it also gives your bath water a little bit of a nice light purple color, which is very relaxing. Let's see. We have our Boss Man beard butter because
yes.
Every man needs that if you have a beard. Provides lots of moisture. I mean, we have sage. I also just started doing the magnetic eyelashes, which I'm still learning how to apply, but they're very easy, much easier than a strip. So like I was saying, it's not just about how we're feeling on the inside, but some things, you just kind of want to look beautiful on the outside as well. Our foot soak is always a plus for men and women. And we actually have an all natural bar of Yoni soap. And it's a whitener.
I love the reason, not only why I love the products and what the purpose of them, but presentation is so important to me. And I think you are hitting it like right on with how just everything looks. It's so beautiful. It's just something that, not only would I want to use, but also want to look at. Like, it's just really gorgeous, to be able to come into the sanctuary of your bathroom and relax and really take time to really invest in yourself and your self-care. Not only will it smell good, not only will you get some really great benefits from using them, but also it just looks absolutely gorgeous. So I know that you take a lot of time in presentation and making sure that when people receive their packages and receive their products, it really is an extension of who you are in making sure that they feel like they are getting something that's one of a kind and acknowledging how special they are with them being your customer. I think, Tweyla, that is so amazing. And I think a lot of people lack in that. And I'm so grateful that you take time to invest in making sure that presentation and products look amazing. So I want to shout out some people who just also joined. So we have Tennille, we have Erica, and we also have your Aunt Tanya. So you have two on, well, actually three. You have Telly, Tweyla, and Tanya. You have all of them. So I love that. And all the support. I think it's amazing that they're all here tonight and they're supporting you and cheering you on. But I want to also know, so Tweyla, if you weren't doing what you're doing right now in regards to business, what else would you be like into and doing right now if it wasn't the entrepreneurship path that you're in right now?
That is a great question, because I actually started nursing school last year. So I'm kind of like over halfway there. I would definitely be finishing nursing school right now if I wasn't working on the Beauty Bullies. Now, my nursing degree is still on the table, but I would like to kind of get the Beauty Bullies more on an autopilot type thing before I go back to that.
Absolutely. I know, because I really thank you, because I think about some of the things that you used to post. It was always about not like health, and now you're extending that to like self-care and all that. So it's all connected, and I can see where your passion is. And I love the fact that, you really are invested in taking care of yourself. So those who are watching, if you want to take care of yourself, you definitely want to connect with the the Beauty Bullies, to make sure that you're getting the things that you need. So they are products that are for relaxation and so many other things that you just want to connect with. And I think that's amazing. And it's products for men and women. So it's not that you're getting something for you. You have to feel like, I'm not thinking about my boo or my babe or my significant other, but you're also thinking about both of you, because that is such a great thing to do in regards to self-care.
Absolutely. And I mean, we have over 30 products right now. We do. So not only are we making things for women and men, we also have a couple of items for children, which are some all natural body scrubs, things that make, bubbles and make your water change colors, and nothing that is harmful to, their skin, but just so they can have a little fun while they're, bathing and trying to take care of themselves as well. I mean, it's never too early or too soon to promote self-care.
I absolutely agree. I mean, all of us have been under some very challenging times right now, and we can't exclude that young people and our youth are actually experiencing that too. And when they see mommy and daddy, taking care of themselves, they want to mimic and they want to be a part of that as well. So thank you for doing that kid line and introducing self-care at a very young age, so that people will know how to take care of themselves and the value of taking care of themselves as well. So look at that. Like, the Beauty Bullies are doing so much. It's like a whole family unit. So it's not just one, it's everybody. So there's products for everybody. But Tweyla, in the beginning of your business, what motivated you to become an entrepreneur?
The thing is, so I actually have a great business partner. And she was like, you would be like such a great entrepreneur. Like, you're smart, you're motivated. And I'm like, you're crazy. So she was actually my first motivation. And of course, I think that as a mother, we could all agree in the fact that we want to leave something behind for our children. And you kind of want to just work for yourself. That is a huge thing right now. If you're able to, make your own hours and make your own rules and kind of do the things that you love, I mean, that's encouragement enough for me. I want to be the boss of my life,
Right. Absolutely. I definitely want to be the CEO of my own life as well. Not always giving it out to, everyone that's the 9 to 5, clocking in for somebody else's dream, clocking out for their dream. So I completely get that. And I'm so glad that someone inspired you to push and see yourself as an
Absolutely.
entrepreneur and being able to do that and manifest, through words. And then you did that through actions as well. So I think that is amazing. We need anybody and everybody like that to be on our team. So glad that you have that on your team. So I also want to know, because you have some really great products, and you already said you have 30 products, and it's probably going to continue to grow because there's going to be things that are going to come up and you're going to educate yourself about, and you want to offer that to your clientele as well. But how do you get ideas or the concepts for your business?
Initially, I just thought I want to just, I wake up and I just want to feel beautiful. Initially, I thought, oh, everyone's into wearing, hair, some type of bundles or lashes. That was my initial idea. But I'm like, it's so much bigger. It's so much bigger than that. I'm like, we need to feel beautiful on the outside. People need to be able to wind down. And, I had some self-care regimens that I was practicing on my own. Like every Sunday, I would get a bath. Every single Sunday. I started ordering like bath pillows and, bubble bath that I thought I might like. I would light candles. I did it every Sunday. So I just kind of looked at my own regimen and routine and figured this would be, something good for me to give other people, like, ideas and products. So
I think that's great. And then, so you were your first client, like understanding what you needed and what maybe other people needed, and probably just like vibing off of other people too, and saying, things that they want. I follow you on social media, so I used to see all the amazing dinners that you would make, and then all the different things on how you would set up for your bath. So I was aware of some of the ways that you were taking care of yourself, not knowing that it was going to lead you into the path of this entrepreneurship for yourself. But I think that's amazing, because basically what you're telling us is you use your own products.
Absolutely.
You benefit from your own products. So it's not that you're asking people to purchase something that you aren't using yourself. So
exactly,
the knowledge of like the bath milks and all the different things that you were talking about. And then your significant other has the same in regards to the products for men, that he can give you feedback and also tell you kind of what works. You have a lot of in-house feedback that you're getting from him as well, and also probably the kids. But I just adore you, because you're doing so much in regards to just life, not just like entrepreneurship, but life. You just purchased the home and you did different things like that. And we talked, and I just really, commend you for being such a young woman, and also being a Black woman who is doing so much in her life to make sure that she is excelling, not just for herself, but also for your legacy, such as your kids. I think that's amazing. When I talked to you, I was really inspired, and I think you have such an inspiring story. And so I actually want to know, like, can you remember like any form of like an entrepreneurial experience that you may have had when you were a kid, that you can see how you were doing that really young to cause you to be doing what you're doing right now?
I actually could not think of anything that I did when I was a kid. I watch my kids do certain things and I'm like, you're going to be like your mom. I always thought I would be a news anchor or like a news broadcaster. I never thought in a million years I would be starting a business, to be honest. Not until I was an adult.
Yeah, but when I think about like you saying like newscaster or a broadcaster, like you're broadcasting information, so it's manifested in a different way. So instead of it just being in verbal, you're actually doing it in products, and then also you gain knowledge in the benefits of healthcare, working in nursing and being, that, and then bringing it into another level of, beauty, cosmetics, and personal care needs. So I think that you're broadcasting, you're just broadcasting it in a completely different way, but you're still doing that, which is actually educational. And I, have a comment that somebody really close to you really knows you, and she says that, you also wanted to write books. And I could see that. I could definitely.
I forgot about that. I actually started writing a book when I was like, probably before my preteens. So maybe around 11, 12. I so forgot about that. Antila, thank you so much for bringing that up. I love you for that.
Absolutely. That's why we need family and friends to kind of help us and remind us of some of the dreams that we may have discarded or suppressed or moved past. And, we always need that redirection on certain things. And I could definitely see talking about the Beauty Bullies in that if you were to do that. But getting back to like entrepreneurship and working with the Beauty Bullies, tell me something that would be like one of the strangest things that you've done in business as an entrepreneur.
So we are so big on using like all natural products, all organic ingredients. So I was thinking I wanted to create a new whipped body butter. We have a couple, but the ingredients are different in those. I really wanted one that would include aloe as an ingredient. So I went and I bought this teeny tiny aloe plant from the store. And I'm like, this is going to be great. I'm going to have all these aloe leaves at my disposal. Needless to say, I'm not a plant person, including an aloe plant. And the aloe is the same size as it was about 5 months ago. So I'll have to come back and revisit that whipped body butter with the aloe in it for sure.
Absolutely. Well, at least you were trying to do something very holistic, very organic in all levels and growing something on your own and not going and purchasing something. But maybe later somebody could educate you. I'm not a green thumb either, so I can totally identify with, it being difficult to be able to get things to grow. But I think that was very innovative in regards to wanting to be able to grow something. You seeded it to grow it and then also produce it in your products. I think that is a very interesting dynamic in your story as an entrepreneur, because a lot of people may take some shortcuts, and not saying shortcuts, but maybe not think about like doing something like that. So I wouldn't say that's strange. I think that is very innovative, but it's probably strange to think like, this is what I wanted to do and how it could possibly be done. So if you are watching and you have a comment or a question that you want to ask our featured entrepreneur, which is Tweyla Brown, owner of the Beauty Bullies, make sure you put it in the comments, and then I will spontaneously ask her on your behalf to give us a little bit more insight. Because I think a lot of times when people are tuning in to Chats with Chantla and they're hearing the story from our featured entrepreneur, they see themselves in your story, and it may generate a question that they may have, thinking like, okay, let me ask this. Or there may be somebody who is thinking about taking that leap into entrepreneurship that is in the same industry, that is thinking about some things and maybe like, okay, she's doing this, let me get some insight from her. So this is a great way to get insightful information from someone who's actually doing it and be really like engaged also in the conversation. But Tweyla, you do have another product that I want to hear a little bit more about, and it's called the Bedtime Beauty Box. Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh my gosh. So that is actually another one of our top sellers. This is actually one of the boxes that we use back here that I'm using as part of my background.
Gorgeous.
Very glittery and shimmery and kind of like a silky look on the inside. It is beautiful. So this is, I'm sorry, I'm terrible with the camera.
You're right on. I can see everything. It looks great.
Okay. So the Bedtime Beauty Box was one of our very first bundles, like something that we were like, well, let's put this, this, and this. We wanted to create a little, basically how you set a scene, like you will need, we have a face mask with the Beauty Bullies on it that you can use for bed. We have our Mint Beauty Body Scrub that you could use in the shower or the bathtub. Almost all of our bundles come with candles, and it also comes with a little, like just a little miniature bottle of wine. So we're like, okay, run your bath water, light your candles, sip on your bottle of wine, get out of the bed, get your eye mask on, you're ready to go for the night. But we really wanted that just to set the scene, of relaxation. So people could kind of have an idea of maybe a routine that they would like to start. So we figured that'd be a good beginner.
I love it. And I brought it up intentionally because I love the outside of the box. I think your logo is so attractive. It's simple but beautiful. I like very simple things. But when you opened it up, and I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, I think that is so, like, it's the small things that really draw people in. But I want you to know that there are some people that have some questions for you in the comments. So we're going to be spontaneous and we're going to ask them. So the first one is, do you have anything for firmness? And that is a question from Tanya Brown.
We currently do not have an item for anything for firmness, but you are giving me some, maybe something that I should be looking into creating or making. So hopefully I'll be able to come back and revisit you with a new product. You know, that is definitely something I would consider.
Absolutely. Everybody's looking for tightness, firmness, you know, their pores and things like that. And, you know, my Lacey, thank you for joining. And she said, that sounds amazing. Another question is that, do you have any face products for a preteen that will help with pimples or breakouts? And that question comes from Tiara Menace.
Hi, Tiara. So, we do offer our oatmeal and turmeric face mask, which is made with all natural ingredients. The good thing about that is it will kind of dry up the pimples or any blemishes on your skin. But it also has like honey in it as well to help moisturize the skin in a more natural way. So the ingredients of oatmeal, turmeric, honey, those are all good to kind of get those blemishes and pimples to start minimizing those, but also to keep your skin looking healthy. My stepson actually has that teenage, you know, skin thing going on where everything's breaking out, and he actually uses it 2 to 3 times a week. He leaves it on his face for about 10 minutes per night. And let me see, it's been a few months. He's been using it and not so many issues. I'll share some pictures on my business page tomorrow at the Beauty Bullies. I actually have someone from back home who used our oatmeal and turmeric mask and has sent me photos. So I have before and after photos, and I'll be sure to post those tomorrow.
Absolutely. I think that's amazing. And also, a lot of people who are watching it, the ingredients that she is putting in her face mask are also ingredients that have agents that help with inflammation that, you know, causes people to have breakouts and things like that. So, and they're natural. And so what the difference is when you go and you get products that have ingredients that you cannot pronounce on the back, there are so many chemicals that you cannot use them as frequently as you would with your organic things that you offer from the Beauty Bullies, because to say 2 or 3 times a week that you can use something on your face is letting me know how gentle it is on your skin. Because things that you would go and maybe get from, not throwing brands under the bus, but like from L'Oreal and, you know, things like that, that they sell like a lot of facial products that are high seller. They have products that are really damaging to our skin and then also to our body. And we're thinking that it helps, but I think like in the long run, it may be aging you, you know, and we're not really thinking about it. So I think that is great. Tiara, that is an amazing question. Thank you for asking our featured entrepreneur, Tweyla Brown, who is the owner of the Beauty Bullies. I'm going to get it right. I think it's a tongue twister, but I always want to I love it. I think it's genius on what your brand is, but I think that that's a great question. And also a lot of people, not just teens, but we all deal with breakouts, you know, throughout our life for different reasons. But I just think that that product, to be able to use it as often as you're talking, is great. Yeah. You have another question, and this question is from Telly Robertson, and she would like to know, were you fearful of starting? And if so, what was the fear centered around? I think that's an amazing question. Telly Dad, can you be a co-host with me? Great question.
Thank you. That is a great question. And I was very fearful of starting, and it's not because I didn't believe in myself. It was more so of what my customers would think about the products. You know, I spent months and months and months trying to put the perfect things together, making sure that things work, because my number one concern would always be my customer.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
My fear would just be, you know, making sure that my customers are not unhappy with my product.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, and I think that when you are customer centered and you're thinking about the customer, you're always close to what your why and what your why is. And then also you're always reflecting and making sure that your products and services are for their best interest and not for revenue. A lot of people do it, I think, for the opposite reason. And they're always about like, how can I get money instead of how can I really service this product to the public and make sure it's a good product that my customers want to return and also talk about to other people. But we do have a really great question, and it is from Lisa Mickens, and it's, how do I purchase her products? So you did mention some things in regards to your Facebook page, but go ahead, and I'm going to drop it in the comments also, Lisa, but I'm going to put it on the screen as Tweyla's talking on how you can purchase her products.
Hi, Lisa. Thank you so much for your question. So we do have a business Facebook page, which is at the Beauty Bullies. We actually have a website set up as well, and you can visit us at www.thebeautybullies.com. If you have any questions, feel free to inbox me, but I do try to be very detailed with the description of every product, especially what it's used for, how often you can use it, things like that. Absolutely.
Perfect question. Easy way to find out. You can get her at info@thebeautybullies.com, asking those questions, but she always does it in the descriptions. And just reiterating, going to her www.thebeautybullies.com, and also on Facebook, it's real easy, at the Beauty Bullies, and connect and just go on there right now and educate yourself. Don't wait till after. You can go on there if you're doing, I'm multitasking sometimes and have my computer and my phone, so I'm doing this and doing that, but it gives a great opportunity to also see some of the products that she showed us at the beginning. So Tweyla, I think that's amazing. People are saying very thank you. Also, you know, getting compliments that your skin is beautiful. So to be able to, for someone to see that your products are really nice, and then also to see the evidence of your own skin. It goes back to just, again, saying that you are definitely a customer of your product yourself. So you're a walking advertisement. So if you're saying, I have a face mask that helps me, you know, with inflammation and breakouts, but then you have all these breakouts, I'd be like, okay, well, why? So I think for people to be able to see you as a walking billboard for the products that you use and also for your brand is amazing. I think that you're just truly professional and you're doing things the right way, and you're increasing revenue, customers, and also happiness in other people's lives. I can do another question from the comments. I would love to share. Okay, so we have another question from Tila, and it's, what will your next steps be to increase your business? Again, I mean, people are within the comments. I'm loving them. I'm good. You should be on the screen with me because these comments and questions are amazing. Thank you.
So thank you so much, Antila, for the question. So we do have some new products coming this year in 2021. A lot of great new products coming. But in the future, I hope to increase business by opening just a small store where people can come in and kind of, you know, put their own bundles together, own packages, you know, that may be fit for them. Just to be able to kind of see the product in person, you know, sample some of our whipped body butters. I don't know how, you know, I don't have a time frame for that goal, but that's definitely a future goal for the Beauty Bullies.
I think that's amazing because a lot of people want to touch and feel it. And, you know, just other places that I, you know, frequent. I love going to Bath and Body Works. They have that little tester section where you can try it out, wash your hands, and go on about your business.
Right.
And I think, it just gives you, a lot of times people want to see how it actually feels, because it may smell good, but it may not absorb well in your skin. Right. It may not, you know, work really well for you. So I think you wanting to do that is a great opportunity for people to walk in, get to know you also as an individual and also as an entrepreneur. So get to have the story behind the brand, and then also just to be able to experience it. I think a lot of times, like when I think about lotions or I think about anything that's on my skin, I want to feel like if it's greasy, how it's absorbing, how long it lasts, like how often do I have to reapply it? So there's all these different things that come into play on what makes me return to a certain product or not. And just because it's popular, you've heard about it through your whole life, like my mom, oil of Olay and Palms, you know, may not be that it works for you, you know, so you want to different things out. And I think sometimes we don't want to stray away from what we know, but this is why you get educated. This is why the platform for Chats with Chantla gives you an opportunity not just to learn about the products and services that the entrepreneurs are providing to us, but their story behind it and why. I mean, when you hear about the passion of these entrepreneurs, that right there should be a motivating factor for you to want to support them. And when you talk, Tweyla, about what you're doing, I hear the passion, I hear the purpose, and it really makes me feel real present in the moment with you to have a better understanding of who you are as an entrepreneur. So I really appreciate you. Thank you, Tanya, for saying both of us. I think that's amazing. I just want to shout out you all who are watching Chats with Chantla. Thank you for coming back every Monday to hear about another entrepreneur, to be supportive. This platform would not be what it is if it was not for the viewers. So I really thank you. And so Tweyla, she is our featured entrepreneur tonight, but she has been a supporter of Chats with Chantla since the beginning, and I'm really grateful for that. So if you're just now joining in, this is Tweyla Brown, and she is the owner of the the Beauty Bullies. God, if I can get it right, let me start this over. This is Tweyla Brown, the owner of the Beauty Bullies. I don't know why I keep saying bullies first. Maybe because I'm looking at it, but she is sharing her amazing story into entrepreneurship on why she is doing so many things in beauty, cosmetic, and personal care needs. So if you do not know, you know, and if you're just now joining in, you want to hit replay so you can get the story from the very beginning. But she has such an inspiring and motivating story about why she does entrepreneurship. So Tweyla, I want to keep this conversation going and letting people learn a little bit more about you as an entrepreneur as well. So what entrepreneurial hacks have you developed to stay focused on, products in your day-to-day life?
So my big thing is really just staying relevant to our customers and really just being like in the know, like just knowing what's going on, knowing what people are really looking for as far as like self-care and products. My big thing is just really making sure that people are continuously seeing your products. I mean, you don't want to post something on social media in November and then not post again until January. I mean, your marketing is definitely like, I wouldn't say that it's a hack, but it's something that I do just on a daily thing just to kind of keep me focused and motivated. I post daily. I write about our products almost daily. I'm checking my email 5 to 6 times a day. I don't have any real hacks, but I really just like to be in tune and focused on the business and what our customers need.
I love that. And well, you're talking about it not being a hack, but what I look at it as, you definitely stay connected and engaged with your clients. And also then you really put yourself out there to learn what it is that people want. And what do you do? Are you on any groups, or do you follow specific people to learn about different things that you're hearing that, the chatter of the different things that people want in regards to beauty, cosmetic, and personal care needs?
Absolutely. So I'm located in Columbus, Ohio. So first and foremost, I'm actually part of your group, which is amazing. There's a lot of great entrepreneurs in that group, and I love the engagement that happens there. So that's one place where I am, just to get engagement as far as business. But with me being based out of Columbus, Ohio, we have like 4 or 5 Black-owned business groups on Facebook, like Columbus Black-owned and Brown and Black-owned businesses. There's so many. I'm in all of those groups. I post daily and I ask people, is there anything you're looking for, anything new, any feedback on my products? But I post our products in there daily. I ask for feedback almost daily. And I see people, they're posting things like, oh, I would love to try this, or does anybody carry this, or does anyone make this? And I'm so engaged that I have everything set up on my phone. So when people have notifications about certain things, I'm very quick to respond. And if someone's asking about something that I do not have, I kind of put that in my notes just so I can kind of maybe think, is that something that we could offer? Is this something that we can make? So it's definitely important to stay in the know as far as what customers are looking for as far as self-care, because self-care routines and regimens are different for everyone.
Absolutely. And so I know that you showed us earlier about the bedtime box. Do you ship locally and nationally? Are you shipping things out?
Oh, absolutely. We ship everywhere. We've shipped to so many states. I mean, everywhere. North Carolina, Virginia, California, Pennsylvania. We have so many customers in Pennsylvania. So thank you guys. Oh my gosh. New York, New Jersey. I mean, we have shipped to so many places. It's crazy. So yes, we do ship. Our shipping is very reasonable. And also with that bedtime beauty box, I did want to mention it comes with a sugar scrub, but you can replace the sugar scrub with any of our other scents or any of our other like flavors and any of our body butters. So you can choose between any body butter or any scrub that you would like to either replace or add into that beauty box.
I love it because I'm sitting here and I'm just putting up some things as you speak about the different products that you have. And there are so many products. If you're just now joining in, she has over 30 products. You definitely want to go onto her Facebook page and find out a lot more about the products that she is offering. And you can go there and see at the Beauty Bullies and just learn more about this amazing entrepreneur and what she's offering us in regards to beauty, cosmetic, and personal care needs. Definitely about relaxation products and also self-care products. But also, Tweyla, I just want to also get a little bit more in depth about what it is in regards to some of the things that you hear on the pages and the groups that you are part of. What things about the entrepreneurial advice that you see or read about that you did kind of disagree with?
There's definitely one thing that I disagree with, and it's something also that I went through. People say, oh, well, you need to have this great product. You need to have a great business plan. And honestly, I mean, the best way to kind of just learn and perfect your business is to just jump out there and start, whether it's the self-care products that I make or if it's a clothing line or whatever, you're not really going to know and perfect anything until you start doing it. And until you start using your own products or wearing your own products. So don't wait. I really feel like if you've got some type of plan in motion, take that and roll with it and learn as you go.
I love that. I love that because a lot of times we do see that you have to have so many things in place. And I think that's what pushes people away from actually stepping out and wanting to fulfill their dream. And I'm glad that you just mentioned that is some entrepreneurial advice, but it doesn't always mean that it's the best advice. And you also you can agree to disagree and just keep it moving and moving forward. So again, thank you all for joining another episode of Chats with Chantla. This is season 2. And it's being kicked off with the amazing entrepreneur, Tweyla Brown. And she is the owner of the Beauty Bullies. And she offers products in regards to beauty, cosmetic, and personal care needs. So if you're into self-care and you're into relaxation products, this is the entrepreneur that you want to connect with. You want to make sure you can find her on Facebook at the Beauty Bullies, and also go to our website and find out about the 30 plus products that she has that she's offering. I think it's an amazing product. It's an amazing brand. It's something that I cannot wait to be able to enjoy for myself. So I'll be ordering very soon. So I just want to support you in that way as well. But also, Tweyla, when I think about like growth and I think about the systems that we use to kind of grow our business, what are some of the systems that you have set up that are helping you grow your business?
My number one system, like I was saying, was definitely being in the know. Always know kind of what your customers or potential customers are looking for. Some of the other systems I have set up is, again, to just make myself relevant on all social media platforms, because that is such a huge way of marketing right now. But there was some other things that I'm learning about currently, as far as like where you can schedule posts to go on your social media pages, where you don't have to get on there every single day and think, what am I going to post? What am I going to do with this? So I want to start scheduling my post to go out daily, which is so great. It will save me a lot of time. I also started kind of making a little bit more of my product in advance, because sometimes you get one sale, next thing you know, you've got 7 other sales following it. So that's another system that I kind of set in place. Always make 1 or 2 extra of that product, because once you post it, or once you start discussing it with someone, you will most likely receive a few more orders on that product. what do I want to say? I mean, basically, I just try to do things that will save me some time. When I'm shipping products, I try to just ship those products or orders maybe 2 to 3 times a week instead of, going to the post office every day and just ripping and running. So definitely, I'm always thinking of things to just save time. So those are just some systems I have set in place, making sure I have a scheduled days to go to the post office, making sure that I have post every single day and kind of getting that out the way so I can work on answering questions or other things. Those are just a couple of things that I'm trying to put into like my system, my day-to-day thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's very smart because it's exhausting any other way if you don't have a system. I schedule all my social media posts on Sunday. So you can use Facebook allows you to schedule posts every day. They allows you to do that, especially if you have a business or group page. And also Hootsuite is another one, just so if you're looking for that, you can schedule for the whole entire month if you have that much content. But I use Facebook and I just schedule for Monday through Friday, and that's why those posts go out every single day, and I don't have to worry about it. So if I wake up and I start reading a book or I'm praying or something, I'm like, oh my gosh, now I don't have to post. So it's already taken care of it for me. So definitely look into that, and it's going to make your life a lot easier. And then I heard from other entrepreneurs as well that they only ship out certain days of the week because it does become very cumbersome to do that every single day to go to the post office. So, before the storm, Candle Company actually is my niece, and she ships out only on Mondays. And I think it's pretty smart because it gives her time to make sure that, because candle making is pretty, timely, just like the products that you're making. So to have that boundary for, your customers to have expectations of when they're going to get products and how often you do things, I think it keeps them in the agreement of what it is that you do as an entrepreneur and what they're to expect as a customer. But also we do have another question that I just want to ask you and get from our viewers. And thank you so much for all the participation and engagement tonight. But Aspen wants to know, do you feel more confident in yourself when it comes to your business now that it has been progressed?
Absolutely. I mean, I feel a lot more confident now because, like me and Chantla were just talking about, I have those systems set in place and certain routines and certain things that I've learned along the way. And getting feedback from customers is definitely one of those things that boost your confidence. So the more things I've shipped out or the more things that I've made, the more feedback I've gotten. And that's definitely made me more confident when it comes to my business.
Thank you so much for that question, Aspen. I think there's there's so much great engagement tonight on Chats with Chantla. Again, this is kicking off season 2 of Chats with Chantla with the amazing entrepreneur Tweyla Brown, and she's the owner of the Beauty Bullies, and she's giving us so much insight about products and service and the importance of self-care and relaxation. So she has over 30 products that she offers. Make sure you go to her website. Very easy. It's the Beauty Bullies, and find out more about this amazing entrepreneur. If you have a question for our featured entrepreneur, make sure you put it in the comments and I'll be able to ask her as well. So I agree, Tweyla, she is a true motivator.
Thank you.
It motivates me just to hear you in this conversation about some of the things that you're practicing in your systems and habits that you're doing to grow your business as an individual and also as a brand. And I think that's amazing because a lot of times people don't have systems. They're doing something different every day and it's pulling from them. And it's I would say it subtracts them. And I think it also contributes to a lot of people quitting, or what they call as failure. Failure is a part of success. Quitting is not. You quit, it's done, but failure is going to happen when you're an entrepreneur. So, that is just a part of it. But Tweyla, I also want to know if you could offer, a first-time entrepreneur some advice or one piece of advice, what would it be?
My best advice would be to, stay encouraged, stay motivated, because it's not going to be easy. It's not. Don't give up. Just, believe in yourself, believe in your product, and just continue to motivate yourself and just believe in yourself. Don't give up.
I love that. And you shouldn't. You should not give up. You're hearing Tweyla is story into entrepreneurship. It wasn't an easy one. You know, she's a full-time employee, then she's doing entrepreneurship, she's raising a family, you know, she's in a relationship. You know, there's so many different things that pull from us that could easily cause us to be distracted. And I think that, you know, you being focused and you giving that advice is not quitting and keep going, I think is very encouraging. But I also want to think about like metaphors, because metaphors are a part of business. A lot of us have different metaphors. What's your favorite metaphor when you are describing entrepreneurship to someone?
Absolutely. The funny thing is I actually had to read up on metaphors because it's been a while. But one that I came upon was it's get out of the building. And to me, that just basically means like get out of your own head, you know, because sometimes that can discourage you or slow you down or just take away from your confidence. You know, think big. Don't keep your thoughts in one place. Continue to think big and just stay out of your head, you know. So it was get out of the building, which in my opinion is to just get out of your head about your business and just be confident.
I love that. I love that. So when you said get out of the building, the first thing I thought about was like, well, fire, but the fire could be your own thoughts. You know, it could be your own thoughts that are either going to ignite you to move forward or they're going to consume you in fear to not do anything and to be paralyzed. So yeah, and then when you're thinking about, like you said, get out of your own head, I think that's amazing advice. I think that's a great metaphor. I think there are so many things, you know. Thank you so much, Autumn, for joining us this evening on Chats with Chantla. Again, you have so much support here in Pennsylvania that is watching from our small hometown that we're from.
I love you guys.
Yes, I love them too. And I love the support that you guys are coming out and just doing so much to support our featured entrepreneur today on Chats with Chantla. Tweyla, it has been such an amazing conversation. You have given us so much insight. And you know, there's just a lot of people that even said, you know, I like that. So often that's where we stay. You know, when you're saying get out of the building, get out of your own head, it's so true. You know, it's so true that we do confine ourselves to our thoughts and things that, you know, really consume us in a negative way, you know. And I'm so glad that you shared your favorite metaphor in regards to business and how that impacted you and how it can be advice for other people to move forward. And Aspen, she loves you just as much. So Aspen wanted to let you know that she loves you. I want to take a quick commercial break.
Okay.
Why I want to take this break is Tweyla has inspired me in so many ways. And this commercial break is very quick. And it's just going to talk about 4 reasons if you do not understand why you should be connecting with Chats with Chantla if you're an entrepreneur to grow your platform. I'm going to give you 4 reasons why you should be. Welcome back to Chats with Chantla, Season 2 Kickoff with our amazing featured entrepreneur, Tweyla Brown. She's the owner of the Beauty Bullies, and she is talking all beauty, self-care, relaxation, cosmetic, and personal care need products. So if you are just joining in, you've missed some great insight, but you can always hit the replay button or subscribe to my YouTube channel at Chats with Chantla and learn more about this amazing entrepreneur, or go to our Facebook page, which is at the Beauty Bullies, and learn more about who she is and also the products. So Tweyla, if you had to battle a giant, I think about this because I always think about it like in regards to superpowers as well. But if you had to battle a giant, what weapon would you use?
You know, I laugh so hard whenever I've thought about this. So my friend was like, well, you would use your mouth. And I'm like, you know, that's funny, but I would use my brain, you know, because sometimes the giant is really just like an obstacle or a situation that you feel like you cannot overcome or battle. So I say that to say, use your brain, set a plan into motion and execute it. That's how you would beat any giant, any giant situation or any, something that you think you cannot overcome.
Absolutely. I love that. Thank you for that insight. Thank you for that piece of advice. Tanil, we love you too. Tanil said she loves us both. Thank you so much, Tanil, and thank you for joining this evening. So I think you just dropped so many nuggets and so many takeaways, and I really, really appreciate that. Also, sometimes when we're thinking about like beauty products and products that we want to use when it comes to our health and our skin, what is some of the things that you think that separate your products from other products that may be on the market?
As far as our products go, we want to make sure that they're not harmful. That's a big thing right now. I mean, if you're going to do self-care, you want to make sure that you're doing it in the right way. So I think that us making everything organic and everything natural with natural ingredients kind of sets us apart from maybe some of the bigger businesses. I do know that there are other businesses out there who are also making things like, the whipped body butters and some other products. But I think what just sets us aside, one, is probably our presentation. And two, the fact that we do try to use all natural or organic ingredients for our products so that we can make sure that you're truly taking care of yourself, not just, on the inside, but also on the outside.
Absolutely. And I think that alone, a lot of people are just moving to want more organic, holistic ways of living. So, if they're taking care of your outside, your inside, you want to do the same on your outside. So I think there are a lot of beauty products that are out there that I never really paid attention to it. And one reason is because being a woman of color, a lot of things had agents in them that were damaging to my skin. Could probably like more breakouts or just didn't address the needs of a woman of color. They're different, than maybe my parts. And so it's not that I was being marketed to. And when you're using something that's organic, you don't really have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that because you're thinking about skin. You're not thinking about bleaching. You're not thinking about the harmful chemicals that do different things on different skin tones and different hues of skin. So I just love that it's all organic. It's all about making sure that you're taking care of your skin. And then our skin absorbs so much stuff. So what your skin absorbs goes inside of your body. So you don't want all these harmful chemicals going into your system also that can be really damaging. So I love the fact that you talk about it being all natural, it being organic, and it being not, it's not harmful. And how I can tell you it's not harmful, she makes products for children. So our youth. So if a young person can use it, then, that's letting you know the gentleness of the products that she uses. So I really appreciate that. But also when I think about business, Tweyla, I know there are a lot of things that make me uncomfortable about business. What are some of the things, or even at least one thing that you can think about in business that makes you uncomfortable?
That is a great question. So I think one of the things that I battle with, or something that my business partner and I discuss a lot, is pricing. Because we always want to make sure that we're being fair, you know what I mean? And not overcharging people for products that we really want them to use and that are good for them to use mentally and physically. Just because it's self-care and you're supposed to be relaxing and taking care of yourself during that time. So the pricing is one of the things that makes me uncomfortable. But I think that's something that I always have to remind myself, and something that customers don't always realize is the amount of time and the amount of products that go into certain things. So we base our price off of that. I mean, our ingredients that we're putting into these organic or all natural items. So for me, price always makes me feel uncomfortable. We usually debate price for a little while before we post products on social media or add them to our website, because we want to not only make sure that we're being fair to our customers, but we also need to make sure that, we're being fair to ourselves as entrepreneurs.
Absolutely. Pricing is always difficult, I think, for all entrepreneurs to, really face, because like you said, for all the reasons you spoke of, making sure that it's affordable. But a lot of times people aren't thinking and considering the time that it takes to make those beautiful products that you have behind you. It's something that it's like you snap your fingers and it's done. And so there is not just the time, but also you're taking time away from family and friends that you could be doing. So there's all these things that come in combination for pricing. So when you guys are supporting her, because we're going to connect and learn how to connect with her, when you see pricing, understand what she just said. You know, it's not just about you as what you can afford, but it's also the time that it takes to make sure that you're getting a very healthy, a very harmless product, something that you're going to benefit from, something that you're going to love, you're going to enjoy, and you're going to want to talk about, and also come back and also get more of. So think about that when you're thinking about pricing. And also, Tweyla, as we both know as entrepreneurs, everybody isn't for us. So there may be some things that people, you know, are like, that's just not for me. That's okay, because it's going to be for someone else. So, and we may not be everyone's cup of tea. So, you know, and when I think about that, you know, so many times we compromise ourselves and our worth by lessening, you know, what we're putting out for reasons that we want to satisfy everybody but ourselves. And you have to understand, viewers, as this featured entrepreneur speaks, if you're an entrepreneur, sometimes that is your only source of income. So we also have to pay bills just like everybody else. We also have to pay mortgages, car notes, take care of kids, buy food, take care of necessities. So please don't ask for discounts every single time you connect with somebody. That should be the furthest thing from your mind. You should be wanting to invest in a small business owner, especially those have been featured on Chats with Chantla. You already know that I'm highlighting small business owners who are making big impact. Then you need to do the same and be a big impact in their life. So if they grow, that means the communities that they live in and they support grow as well. That means that they can offer jobs. They can offer things in regards to jobs. They offers money to be able to pay bills. So this is huge thing that is a big picture that a lot of people are not thinking when you see that price tag. And I'm just going to throw it out there. You have no problem ordering from Amazon, Target, Walmart, Sephora, Mac, all these different things that are very high-end products that cost a lot. And I love Rihanna, but Fenty as well. These products are high, and you're giving it to them just so that you can say you have it in your purse, or that you have it. Do the same for small business owners. Do the same for the Beauty Bullies. Make sure you're doing it, and it's not costing as much, and it's a better product. It's a more wholesome product for you. So I'm just putting it out there. I challenge everybody. You know, sometimes when you want to feel like you're exclusive, you have no problem with putting those dollars into, you know, and like I said, nothing against Rihanna, but she's not hurting for money at all.
At all.
She's not hurting for money. I love Jessica Alba and her honest company, but she's not hurting for money either. So you need to really invest your dollars into small business owners and really, you know, make sure that you're supporting that. And Autumn, thank you. Autumn said, great point. People are always think because you know someone, you should get a discount instead of supporting them. That is right on. That's 1,000% true, Autumn. So many people do that, and they expect that. And Tweyla, you know, I know this wasn't a question I was going to ask you, but do you feel, have you experienced that? Have you experienced that people have what I consider an entitlement to think, oh, I know her, I grew up with her, or I'm this, and you should give me this on a discount. And like, that's, you know, have you experienced?
Absolutely. But, you know, one thing that I do pride myself on is, you know, we do put out like discount codes and ads. I mean, it makes me uncomfortable when people ask, well, can I have it for this price instead? You know, that's a very awkward conversation for me, but also is going to be a very awkward answer for you to receive. I mean, if you're supporting, just support wholeheartedly, you know, because I make sure that I put everything into my product. But I'm very confident and stand behind my pricing because I know what goes into it. And I also know that I do put out, you know, discount codes or free shipping from time to time, just to let our customers know that we may not be giving you a discount every day on your items, but we value you as a customer. So this is for you.
Absolutely. I love that. So instead of asking for a discount, get the discount code that she's offering to everybody. And if you place yourself in an awkward, like that is a very awkward question. And I think it's a very bold question as well for someone to say, I want this at a discount price instead of just supporting. So thank you, Autumn, for that feedback. Thank you for that comment because it's factual. so many people are going to expect something and set in regards to a discount instead of just fully supporting, jumping in and supporting wholeheartedly and paying that full price, unless you get the discount code that's being offered, as Tweyla said. So Tweyla, thinking about like looking back on where you are right now in entrepreneurship, but if you like turn around and think about, if I would have known or understood this earlier in entrepreneurship when I started, I would be so much greater off. What is something that you think about when I ask that question?
I honestly could not think of anything, but now that we're discussing it, I just wish I wouldn't have waited. You know what I mean? You don't really know anything about being an entrepreneur until you start it. So when I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh, I invested like 7 months into trying to perfect this business that still wasn't perfect when I started. I just wish I would have knew or just had the confidence to just jump off of that ledge, you know, or just take a tiny step into being an entrepreneur instead of thinking about it.
I love that. I love that. And the reason why is because what you just said is true. It's true. Like, you know, a lot of times we waste so much time trying to get off the ledge or just even get off the step, you know, and we think about like how much we, I don't want to say lost, but how further along we could have been if we would have just taken that step. And like I said earlier, failure is a part of success. It's a part of the recipe of success. That's how you get better products. That's how they get improved, because something doesn't work and you go back to the drawing board and you do it better.
Yeah.
But there's another comment also from April Jackson. Thank you for watching. Chats with Chantla. April, we appreciate you. And it says, will you consider putting your products on Amazon or other stores? Would it be beneficial for you to do that?
Hi, April, and thank you so much for your question. I was actually just considering Amazon. I think the way that we're doing it right now is working out great, but I feel like Amazon is a lot of people's go-to place when you're looking for something. You may not look on Facebook. You may not look, you know, online specifically somewhere else. People tend to just go to Amazon or go to Google and type in a certain product. And a lot of times it will redirect you to Amazon anyway. So I do feel like that would be beneficial for me to use in the future. A lot of people are using Amazon worldwide, and I love for my products to be seen worldwide. So I'm hoping sometime within the next few months, I can finally just sit down and decide if I'm going to do that or not. But it's definitely something that I'm interested in because Amazon is huge right now.
Absolutely. It definitely is. I'm not even going to talk about how much money Jeff Bezos is worth, but definitely Amazon is a place where if I'm looking for a book, it takes me directly to Amazon. Like you said, it redirects me there. So I understand what you mean about that. Tweyla, I know we're winding down to the end of this conversation, but I want you to share, because we want to support you. I definitely want to support you. And I know the viewers of Chats with Chantla want to support you. How do we connect with you? I know you mentioned it earlier, but for those who are just now joining in, where can we connect with you to purchase your products and support you?
Absolutely. So you can find all of our products along with price and product descriptions on our website at www.thebeautybullies.com. We also have an Instagram, which is at The Beauty Bullies, and our Facebook page, which is also at The Beauty Bullies. If there's something, you know, in detail that you would like to ask me, you can email us at info@thebeautybullies.com, and also my personal Facebook page, which is Tweyla Brown. I'd be happy to answer any questions about products at any time. So thank you.
Absolutely. Also, I just want to give you an opportunity right now and to share with us in regards to any final thoughts that you would like to share with us in regards to, you know, entrepreneurship, something that's going to be inspiring and motivating to anyone. So just like let us know. So I'm going to give you this opportunity to share that with our viewers.
Thank you so much. So I just want to say to anyone, females or males, if you're thinking about starting a business and you already have some type of plan in place, kind of start putting yourself out there, promoting it, see what type of feedback that you get. But just always, you know, try to stay motivated and encouraged, because you don't know how far you can go until you start. You know, there's you don't know your limits until you start something. There's no limit to the things that you can do as an entrepreneur. So stay focused, stay motivated. If anybody has any questions that I, could answer or that I could help you with as far as getting started, please just, reach out to me, whether it's my business email, my personal inbox on Facebook. I'm definitely down to answer any questions. Always down to just discuss anything business-wise. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me. But even if I, don't hear from you, good luck on any of your future endeavors.
Absolutely. And I want to correct myself, because this whole entire interview, I've been calling you Tweyla, and it's Tweyla, and I apologize for that. And you're better than me, because I would have corrected in the first 5 seconds. So I love your professionalism, but never be afraid of correcting somebody, because it represents you. And I apologize for that. But next time, snap it, girl. Don't be afraid. And I know that you're not, but correct me so that I can represent you in the best way possible. And it's also a learning experience for me. But I think, Tweyla, you are an amazing entrepreneur. I think what you do is inspiring. I think it's motivating. I think what you do with the Beauty Bullies is just so innovative. It's something that you're bringing fresh and new to the market. And it's just, the industry is so big, and how much money and millions of dollars that we put out in beauty products every single year as people of color is incredible. It's just so much. Yeah. And I think when you think about just how you can control your dollars as any person, you can doing that and controlling where you deposited them into. And a lot of small business owners need our support, not just word of mouth, but also money. So just invest your dollars in an amazing organic line, such as the Beauty Bullies, owned by Tweyla Brown. Sorry, I'm going to do it again. Okay. You're an amazing entrepreneur who's doing great things, and your story is so relatable. People are connecting to you. People are being inspired by you. You literally have just given me a lot of motivation as the conversation was going on. And I think it's amazing. I think for you to be such a young woman doing so many amazing things is truly inspiring. And it helps people reach the aspirations that they have for themselves. So before you even came on tonight's show to kick off season 2 of Chats with Chantla, you really have had the support. You really have had people who love you and adore you. And they have been able to learn more about you as an entrepreneur, and also as a great individual who has stepped out into business, has been doing some tremendous things that I know someone has been inspired by tonight's conversation. So thank you so much for saying yes to the collaboration. Thank you so much for kicking off season 2 of Chats with Chantla. It has been an amazing time tonight with our featured entrepreneur, Tweyla Brown, and she is the owner of the Beauty Bullies. Make sure you check her out at www.thebeautybullies.com, or go to Facebook or Instagram at the Beauty Bullies. Tweyla, it has been an amazing opportunity. I adore you, and thank you so much for increasing me as a person and also this platform. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Chantla. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.